Okay, I think I have a cool idea. I need a font of water. Add modifier, subdivide, sculpt. I was not sure what I was going into with Cover Your Ears artwork, but I ended up kind of like figuring it out along the way. I think this is less the case for this song. I think I have it in my head. I know exactly what I want this to look like. But first, we got to start with this font, and we're going to make it look really, really nice. And of course, we're going to have to retop it once I'm done sculpting. That's fine. It'll be worth it. This is the font, and there's going to be water overflowing out of it. And then we're going to make a path. We're going to make like a nice beaten path. Actually, maybe a nice like brick path or something. And we're going to put a bunch of floating broken mirrors everywhere. And this water is going to be like pooling out. It's going to be water dripping over this. And then hanging by strings above the pool is going to be a marionette. And I think for the final video, I want the strings to be cut and the marionette slowly falling towards the font. It's going to be really cool looking. Yeah, the visualizer, it's like going to be completely next level. Crazy. This is just going to be crazy. It's all going to be so cool. And people don't know, like, when I'm posting my reels and stuff, people are like, oh, he's just making stuff in Blender. They don't see that, like, they don't understand, rather, like, that I'm making this is all going to be one thing. And then for the final product, you know, for the final release, we're going to take all of our Blender projects and we're going to somehow bring it all together into one visual, one cover visual. It would be so cool if we could somehow afford, which we can't, but if we could afford physical copies and get like an inner pamphlet, and each pamphlet like has the printed artwork, you know, with like lyrics on top, and you see like the background artwork of like all these different visuals. At least with the Spotify stuff, we can upload like those background loops, so each song will have its own really unique 3D visual. It's gonna be sick. Yeah, people don't understand, man, what we're doing here. People don't know. They just don't know. Like, who's that annoying guy that's like taking over Recac's Instagram page? He's annoying. He's killing his engagement. Who's that annoying guy? Lord have mercy. Sculpting. I've gotten so much better at sculpting over the last 3 months. I'm not using any visual reference for these kind of details. I'm just kind of like making them up as I go. But I'm just kind of doing whatever feels natural. I think my favorite thing about sculpting is how much it feels like I'm actually working with clay. And I'm working with it in like a really fast way. And I like when it snows, I love making snowmen and actually like carving in details with a knife. This kind of gives me that same sense of satisfaction, like a deep satisfaction of like just adding details over like, ooh, it could be like this, it could be like that. Let me add this, you know. We're gonna retop it, so it doesn't have to be, I'm not worried about the mesh being all weird. Cool, that has the right look and feel. Went from really basic to now something like really fancy. Okay, yeah, these little fine crease details are going to add just so much depth to it all. I kind of already have an idea in my head of how I'm going to fake the water. Like, I don't think I'm gonna do any water simulation. I'm going to basically use like moving textures, and I'm gonna have it just like dripping, like a constant pouring, you know, and we'll animate maybe some emitters that I'll build myself of like some splash marks in here or there. But I want the water to just basically constantly be pouring out and dripping everywhere. It's gonna be really cool. Do I have time to retop? That's the question. Do I have time to retop this? I suppose we should try. So I feel like I've got enough detail in here. I'll perfect these shapes when on my retop. Yeah, I mean, we went from this to this in like an hour or so. I'd say that's pretty good. You know, simple goblet to fancy. Very fancy. I don't think I need to add any more. It's good, right? It doesn't need any more. That doesn't need any more. I think that's good. All right, let's retop it. I'm remembering things. I'm getting pretty good. I feel like I'm getting pretty good at Blender. Like it's that doesn't look any good. That's not acceptable. That doesn't look good. I may have underdone it. I may have undercooked this. Honestly, this is super sloppy. I'm going to restart it. Very unfortunate, but it's sloppy and I hate it. I needed to do this more mathematically. Like, this has to be done more mathematically, and I think I can do it in a better way that just makes more sense. Yeah, I think I know how to do this now. Start from the top. I think I'm going to break and go off to my saint that I'm working on. And we'll retop the rest of this tomorrow. Yeah, because there's still a lot of work to do on the retop job. But it's going to look sick. Yep, it's going to look super sick. All right, let's switch over.